my, what an interesting turn of events. I was sure you were long gone. The cleanup crew must have been mistaken. How fortunate for you. Well, seeing as you're still with us, I think this calls for a rescue rather than a cleaning job. Now, where have I seen you before? Your face is familiar. Could you be one of mine? As in, a devil hunter? You must still be recovering. That's all right. There's no rush. It is rather strange. For someone who is supposed to be a corpse right now, you appear to be very much alive. Ah, now it makes sense. You're feeling better and better by the second, aren't you? That's good. I'm sure you can put the pieces together if you try. There's no need to push yourself right now. How about we get you somewhere warm and dry? Like my office, for example. Wouldn't that be nice? This isn't a fitting place for the conversation I'd like to have with you. You have my word. I'll explain everything once we're there. On second thought, we should find you a change of clothes first. Take a seat and get comfortable. I predict that we'll be here for a while. Ah, and before you worry too much, we managed to contact the families of those lost in today's event. Or, in your case, those thought to be lost. Fortunately for us, that means you're clear of any prior engagements. There's a lot to discuss, more than you might think. Where to begin? I think getting the most important part out of the way would be best. There's confusion written all over your face, and I'd like for us to be on the same level. Let's not waste any more time. You are my soulmate. If your eyes became any wider just now, they might have flown right out of your head. Is it really that surprising? Oh, but of course, it must be. Surprising, yes, but would you call it unpleasant? Good to know. Personally, I am eager to find out more about you. And in return, I would like to explain some things about myself. Truth be told, I only considered you one of the many who have fallen in this line of work. It is hard to face, but it happens often. We both know that. And yet, you were saved in the nick of time by destiny itself. If you'd call it that, I suppose. It sounds better than boiling it down to basic coincidence. Now that is much less common. That makes you rather lucky, don't you think? But of course it does. You get to live as my soulmate. We're dedicated to one another from this moment onward. Now that we've found each other, we have to stick close. That's how we stay safe. I saved you, and you will keep me safe in return. Those are the rules. If our connection is strong enough to bring you back from the brink, then I can only imagine what else it can do. How many people it can help. Even if we happened to cross paths before, it's safe to assume we were in much healthier states back then. We had no reason to guess who we were to each other. If you give it some thought, then you'd realize it isn't all that different from how things were before. In fact, I'd say your life will be easier now. Isn't that nice? I know my life is much better with you in it. I mean it. A moment of confusion is expected. You did go from one precipice right towards another. From death to talks of the future. There's no need to worry. I can help you figure it all out. There's no reason to tackle the future alone. Not anymore. I'm here now. Plus, it's comforting to know that you'll be around. With how our bond works, it's safest for us to always be close. As long as we get along well, this shouldn't prove to be a problem. Together, we can survive most things. Today was just one example. There's a lot we can accomplish now. If we're careful and keep this a secret between us for the time being, then the Devil Hunters could really have an advantage. I could always bring you on as my new assistant. That sounds like a nice promotion, right? Isn't it lucky that we already worked together? Saves a lot of time. Our story can only be described as fortuitous. For now, at least. It can only grow from here. To me, it all sounds rather romantic. Don't you think so, too? I'd call it a pleasant surprise. Seeing that you'll be put in a new position soon, I'd like it if you spent some time considering how much change you can bring. It isn't as simple as being soulmates with someone in a higher spot. You're powerful, too. I don't need to explain it, do I? You help me, and I'll keep helping you. Though, I am aiming to avoid a dire situation like today. No one enjoys too many close calls. So, how does it sound? Are you going to protect me from now on? I'll pass along the paperwork for your promotion in the morning, then. You're rather agreeable. It's a good thing. And I assume waking up to finding your match openly handing out promises of safety and job security only sweeten things. Am I close? Oh, there's no shame in that. I'd do the very same. There's nothing wrong in wanting better for oneself, after all. It would be hypocritical of me to chide you for seeking more in life. The work I do is done all in the name of pursuing a dream. My dream? Well, yes. That's a bit embarrassing, but if there's anyone who should know, it would be my soulmate. Don't laugh, okay? This is important to me. You know what? Maybe it feels embarrassing because I've never met someone who I believed would take me seriously. You're different. Then, here it is. I want to make this world a better place. You know what else I think? We can do it. I know it's possible if I have you by my side. Yes, together we can create a better world. Isn't that part of your dream, too? To To be a devil hunter is to make sacrifices for the greater good. It's noble. You want to save people. How heroic. Oh, is that really the time? I lost track of how late it was. Let's grab some dinner. Do you know of any good places nearby? It'll be my treat. That's sweet, but seeing as most of your personal belongings were lost after the attack, you can always return the favor next time. Is there something else you wanted to say? No? Well, that's fine. I did have a few words I wish to say. Do you mind? Of course not. Well, if you liked this audio, then please subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to commission an audio, then be sure to pay a visit to anagomi.com/commissions. I'm sure it's appreciated. Well, that's all. We should get moving before it becomes late. Follow me.